posted on the block. I might just let off a shot at anyone trying to kill love.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Taj, and as you can see, I just wanted to talk really quick about, when it's time to get off of social media, whether that's Instagram for you or Facebook or Twitter, or maybe not social media, maybe just, other blog sites and things like that. So I figured I would talk about it because I have plenty of experience with being, overwhelmed by social media or having it alter me. And, after it happens a couple times, you start looking like, okay, is it me or is this poison? That's my favorite thing to call it, poison. But yeah, so one of the things I noticed when Instagram came out was one of the obvious things that everybody talks about is like everybody posts such good things, and it's not like Facebook, where on Facebook people's aunts are posting things, people post like bad selfies on Facebook or whatever, but on Instagram it's not like that. Like, people post the most glamorous, fabulous photos on Instagram. They post their fabulous life now that we have Instagram story, and you get to see all these different things, and you would think that that's cool, right? The problem with that is because people, and it's not Instagram's fault, obviously the creators of Instagram have nothing to do with that. It's all about the person and what they want to post. But the thing is, you fall into like an Alice in Wonderland hole when you see people post these glamorous lifestyles and things, and subconsciously you're like, man, my life's not that fabulous in real life, or I can't just post anything on here. I have to like really think about what I'm posting on Instagram because I don't want people to think this, or I don't want my page to look like this. So that's what I mean by Instagram can be poisonous, because I know when, like, in the last 2 or 3 years since being on Instagram, my perception of myself fluctuates, and it has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with what people tell me. It's more so what I see, and what I see that's popular, and what I see gets the most attention. And that sounds crazy, but never have I ever considered any sort of alterations to myself physically than I have since being on Instagram. What I mean by that is, I always thought I had like a pretty big nose, but now I'm more self-conscious in photos of like the angle and like how my nose looks and pictures since being on Instagram. And I think it's because all the girls on there have this like picture perfect button nose, and I don't have a button nose. My nose is a medium size, and it spreads when I smile. So I never thought about that. For example, I never wanted to touch my lips, but you see these perfectly sculpted bodies, and now promoting is so big on Instagram that everybody's promoting for you to fix yourself, to alter yourself. You're not good enough. You need to get this sculpted. You need to get this fat sucked out of you. You need to get this plastic put in you. Like, it's so overwhelming. Like, they just force it on you. Everybody's doing a paid promotion. Everybody's promoting all these things for you to make yourself better. And some of it's natural, some of it's not, but it's just like a constant need to, like, you need to be better. And it's not on the inside, it's on the outside. On the outside, you have to be better, you have to be perfect. And it's like, it gets overwhelming sometimes because, obviously everybody has a normal level of insecurity and a normal days where they're down and they feel depressed or they're sad, but my feeling of that has increased since being on Instagram, and that's something that I'm aware of, and I quickly grip myself back up when I feel like it's too much and this isn't who I am. So for example, I'm a pretty happy person. It may not always seem that way because I have a really bad stone face, but for the most part I'm a pretty happy person. Like, I like to talk to people when I know them. I'm a little awkward at first, but I like to talk to people. I I like artsy things, and you know, to be so negative to myself is ridiculous, and it really sucks. And I feel bad for people that can't pull themselves out of that. Like, you don't always have to compare yourself to someone. You know, you can get better with things that personally affect you and that you notice are things that are holding you back, and that's something you don't need anybody else to tell you. Most of the time. Sometimes you do need somebody to be like, look, I don't know what you think you're doing, but this is what you're doing. But for the most part, you pretty much know your flaws, and you know the things that you need to work on, whether it's on the outside or whether it's how you feel about yourself, you know. So I notice when I'm off of Instagram, I'm like the most confident. Like, I could see, for some reason I can see a beautiful girl in person and be like, wow, she's beautiful, and then not compare myself. But for some reason when I'm on Instagram, I see beautiful girls at one time, and it's not like special how it would be if you saw it in person. It's like, oh, you see a couple beautiful girls a day or a week or whatever. On Instagram, it's every freaking day. Every time you scroll, somebody has like immaculate photo, and it's like, geez, like, I know when I look in the mirror I don't look half bad, but I don't look like that. And it's fake. It's not real. It's not reality. It's all about perception, and your perception of yourself should be way above any other perception that you see on a phone screen or a computer or anything like that. So, I mean, like I said, know the limit. And I love Instagram just as much as anyone else, but when I feel it poisoning my mind, and when I feel overwhelmed, and I feel like, man, like, I wish I could be this, I wish I could be that, everybody likes this, boys like that, like, I pull back and I say, no, Taj, it's time for you to take a break. Instagram's gonna be there. It's time for you to take a break and get in touch with your surroundings, you know, do what you need to do. And of course, Instagram's good for inspiration and things like that, but know when it's infiltrating the way that you, like, normally feel about yourself. So yeah, I just wanted to share that because that's something that I've been battling with, and it's getting better because I'm more self-aware, and I'm aware of what I possess and the potential that I have without comparing myself to other people and other people's lives and things. So like I said, it's a day-to-day thing. Some days are good, some days are bad, but just be aware. That's really all you can do. But anyway, I hope I haven't talked your head off, and I will see you in the next video.